Hey, this is Wolf from Barefoot Bushcraft. As always, I want to thank you for tuning in. We get this question a lot of, why don't you just use leaves and a lighter to start a fire? So today I'm going to kind of go through that and demonstrate that. We get this question a lot from children. So we're going to do some safety precautions first. We got a shovel made out of metal, so that's not going to burn, right? Just to show that, we're not going to use some kind of regular matches. We're going to use one of these little torches here because the torch, that's so much cooler, right? So that will work really well right there. And then, of course, down here, and this leaves, and they're on some concrete in my yard. So the concrete, of course, is another safety barrier. So let's get started. All right, so we have concrete right there. We got our little piece of metal here, metal shovel, and lots of leaves. So here's why you don't want to start a fire or use the leaves on the forest. So we'll work really hard on these. That's gonna start a good fire. There we go. So did we get a little fire? We did. But look how fast it goes out. It goes out like it's nothing, right? Like it's just not really gonna burn. And when it does burn, you're gonna get an awful lot of smoke. Like it's gonna be what we call a dirty fire. It is burning, but look how fast it goes out, right? So leaves will burn if you put enough material on them, but they don't burn efficiently. And just like that, the fire's gone out. So we did our demonstration. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about the theory about it. So basically what happens is anything that's on the ground in the wilderness is going to be wet. There's a high degree of moisture in all this, and that moisture in these leaves, even though they're a little on the crunchy side and they are brown, the moisture in the leaves is often going to overpower the lighter. So what's going to happen, as you can see, you're going to get a little bit out of it, but there's so much moisture in these leaves that unfortunately they're just not going to burn efficiently, like a piece of wood, or like we teach our students, you split the wood, you make the shavings, you make all your curls, stuff like that. So that's basically the theory of what's going on. There's just too much moisture in leaves to make an efficient fire. Now, if you were looking for a signal fire, so there was a search plane in the area, and I needed to get in touch with that search plane, absolutely you could try to get yourself a fire going with these leaves, and put lots and lots of leaves on the fire, and as long as it doesn't smother the fire, you're gonna make a huge plume of smoke. But for a cooking fire or a fire for warmth, certainly you wouldn't want to use leaves. But this is Wolf from Barefoot Bushcraft. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please consider subscribing.